We're going to get started here. If you can come on in. Latanya, could you check the hallway, make sure they know we're getting ready to get started? I want to officially call our national convention to order and welcome to Frisco, Texas. Give yourselves a round. What's going to be a great weekend. We're going to recognize our distinguished rattlers. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to handle the business of Florida A&M University. We do have a runner show that will take place here, but I'd like for us to officially start like we always do, opening this convention with prayer. So I call our national chaplain, Mr. Keith Shannon, to come forth and open our convention with prayer.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning, Rattlers. Someone just asked me, did I have my oil, and let them know that I'm a Baptist deacon, so I don't carry oil except for ordination time. But what a joy it is to be here in Frisco, Texas. Let us go to our God in prayer in the most comfortable way that you pray. Almighty and everlasting God, we come before you with grateful hearts, gathered as the mighty Rattler Nation, united in purpose, bound by history, and driven by an unshakable spirit. From the earliest days in 1901 to this very moment, God, you've been our guiding light, watching over our alma mater, strengthening our bonds and fueling our passion for service. Lord, as we convene under the banner of one FAMU, stronger together, we honor the legacy of those who have gone before us, the visionaries who built this association, the leaders who fought to preserve and advance our university, and the countless alumni who have carried the torch of excellence across generations. We give thanks for our 19th association president. Hear his name, God, Curtis Johnson, whose dedication and tireless service inspire us all. Bless the works of his hands, the vision of his heart, and the volunteers who labor alongside him in love and devotion. We lift up every student, faculty member, administrator, staff member, and supporter of this great institution, the FAMUly. May our collective efforts continue to nurture our minds, shape futures, and strengthen the foundation upon which Florida A&M University stands. Let our unwavering support be a beacon of hope and encouragement for all who walk through FAMU's doors. As we enter this time of fellowship this weekend, may new relationships be forged, and may old friendships be rekindled. Let this weekend be filled with laughter, wisdom, and the sweet reunions that remind us of who we are and where we come from. May that good old Rattler spirit move among us, igniting our souls with pride, passion, and purpose. Lord, we thank you for traveling mercies, for bringing our Rattler family safely from near and far. Watch over us, protect us, and bless this convention with your divine presence. May every discussion be fruitful, every moment be meaningful, and every decision be made with integrity and wisdom. Now, gracious God, as the rattlers strike and the gavel sound to open this convention, we are here to let the world know that the rattlers have put their boots on the ground in Frisco, Texas, and we shall all concentrate on the business of our association. We will celebrate our wins, allow some of us to rest and recuperate. If you would, God, give power to the many of us who will pontificate. And if you would, Lord, protect those of us who have already planned to stay out late. Amen.
All right, I think that covered it, right? Yeah, I'm glad you didn't bring that oil. We're going to need that tomorrow. Because some of y'all are going to do it. You started last night, and you bring that oil in the morning. Rattlers, if you would join me in rising and let's do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag right here. So please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag is over here to the stage. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. So, Rattlers, we do have an order that we're going to assemble in, but we're going to take a moment now to welcome the Commissioner for Frisco, Texas, Ms. Angelia Pelham, of colleague, and it's always great to have you here. And let's give it up for Frisco and their support of Rattlers coming to Frisco. Thank you for all your support.
Thank you for being here today. As your president stated, I am Angelia Pelham. I'm on the Frisco City Council, and it is my pleasure and honor to have the Rattlers strike here in the great city of Frisco, Texas. Now, I could stand here and start telling you about all that we sit on top of the highest of 7 hills, but so y'all know that would be talking about Florida A&M University. Now, I have had the opportunity to hear all of the great accolades and partake of all of them because I am a Florida native, and my husband and I have an in-house rivalry that exists within our family. All of my husband's family are Rattlers. My husband and I met and went to school at Florida State University. So as you can imagine, the rivalry begins the moment we have our Thanksgiving dinner, and I hear all of the great accolades of FAMU. And I will tell you personally, being a Florida State graduate, I spent probably as much time on your campus as I did on mine. But I can tell you, and I've had the opportunity in my career as I've headed as chief HR officer for a number of large organizations throughout the country, when we recruited talent, Florida A&M was always at the top of my list. The talent that is amassed at Florida A&M rivals no other. And I can tell you that not only just the academic excellence that exists at Florida A&M, but the self-pride, people knowing who they are and whose they are, that always has been something that has been a highlight as I think about Rattlers. And I don't know how many of you were there during the Dean Mobley age. How many of you remember Dean Mobley had more influence than the President of the United States? Dean Mobley did not play with y'all. And I was scared of Dean Mobley, and I didn't even go there. But she had a standard of excellence like no other. And that just permeated through every student at Florida A&M. And like I said, I have family, I have friends who are alumni of this great university. And so when I heard that you were here, I was excited to come and welcome the Rattlers to the great city of Frisco, Texas. So be welcome in our city. Enjoy all of the amenities that we have to offer, and there are many. As the deacon said, you will probably need your oil tomorrow morning because there are many things for you to get involved in and have fun in, but you can also do it and keep it holy because I'm also a pastor's wife. But enjoy all that Frisco has to offer. Know that we are honored. We are sincerely honored that you are here, and the respect that your university garners in my heart and throughout this community is extremely high. I see my friend Ron Fry back in the back. He won't ever let us forget how great FAMU is. He's certainly a very proud alumni as well. But again, thank you for being here in the great city of Frisco. Be welcome. Enjoy all that Frisco has to offer. And we're excited to have the Rattlers on our soil today. Take care.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you. And God bless you in your continued endeavors. And thank you. And you and the Visit Frisco team are welcome back to join us this evening at our opening reception if you're available. Thank you so much again. Okay, Rattlers, we are going to move on in our program now. We are going to take care of some housekeeping items that we need to take care of. On the screen here, you see the QR code for the flipping book, so make sure you pull out your devices to do that. I'm going to call to the podium now Mr. Charles R. Lewis. He's going to do our review and welcome and answer a lot of questions that you may have about the logistics. Charles Lewis. Give him a hand, please.
Good morning, Rattlers. Good morning. I said, good morning, Rattlers. Good morning. Welcome to the FAMU Alumni Association National Convention. For those who I do not know, I'm Charles R. Lewis III. I go by Chuck. I hope you have a great time while we're here. Over the next few days, we'll reunite, network, and even make new acquaintances. But the greatest part of our time together here will be support of the Orange and Green and Mother FAMU. You should know that the Far West region, along with the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter, have worked diligently with the convention committee to make sure that this convention is great and welcoming for you. The theme is One FAMU Stronger Together, which is the theme of President Johnson throughout his term. As you see, the QR code is on the screen. Please make sure you click it and download the flipping book for your use. It's the wrong one? We'll get the right one up there then. Jeff and Mike, you have the other one? Yeah. Thank you, Yolanda. I'll go over a few things on the schedule so you know where to be and when to be, so that you're aware of the layout of the hotel. This room that we're in currently is Regency D. Regency D. All of our meetings will take place in Regency D. All of our general sessions will take place in Regency D. To my left, your right, is Regency E, as in elephant. That's where we'll have all our meal sessions, in Regency E. Okay? To my right, your left, are the vendors. We have several vendors that we ask you to see to, visit, purchase, procure things from, as well as we have 2 universities, schools that are there for recruiting. And they'd like to see you also and pass out information. Please support that area, because we can't support, the vendors support us, and we need you to support the vendors. Today we have the opening session. We'll come out of this opening session, and in the middle of the opening session, we'll have the career workshop, job fair, which will be upstairs in Marigold, okay? That will commence at 11 for those that are looking for career changes. Aon is one of the companies that will be there. At 12 o'clock, we'll break for lunch. We'll have a buffet lunch. It will start being served out here, and we'll be able to eat next door. It's just free for all, no sessions during that time. Just mix, mingle, enjoy yourselves. We'll come back in here after lunch for the University Symposium with several university officials, Student Affairs, VP of Advancement, and then we'll go into our regional meetings. Regional meetings are in various rooms, so please hear me when I say it. The Florida region will meet in here. The Southern region will meet next door in E, in Regency E. The Southern region will meet in Regency E. Florida region will meet in Regency D. The Northeast region will meet in Primrose, which is on this floor. Midwest region will meet in Tarrant on the 3rd floor, across from Hospitality. Midwest region, you'll meet in Tarrant on the 3rd floor, across from Hospitality. Far West region, you'll meet next door to the Hospitality in Grayson, okay? Region, upstairs, across from registration also in the Collins. That will wrap up today, and we'll finish up with our opening reception at the pool, which will start at 7 o'clock, okay? Tomorrow we'll open up with our athletic director breakfast at 7:30. a.m. Party hard. Quick session. I stress. Hours. Please be on time. Can continue. Check. We will relay the implement plan when we have to implement that, if necessary. Can everyone hear me better now? I'll repeat. Athletic director 30 tomorrow. We'll come back from that into a business session, upon which you'll hear the foundation chair, the BOT chair, and the remainder of the NAA reports. Tomorrow at midday, we'll have our NAA President's Recognition Luncheon and award session. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll have our final business session, which is business session 3, which will go over our bylaws and our budget. That is our voting session. Everyone, upon registration, should be paddle if you were deemed financial at the time of cutoff for registration. We do not have any
Test 1. Give me that.
We do not have any extra paddles. No extra paddles. Please bring your paddle with you to the voting session tomorrow. Please Please bring your paddle to the voting session tomorrow. We passed them out during registration, so we did not have a holdup in passing them out tomorrow when it's time for roll call. We do not have any extras. So don't say I left mine in my room or I lost it, or if you lost it, you won't be able to vote. Period, paragraph. Everybody got that? Please hold on to your paddle. Then we'll come back on Saturday morning for our fundraising breakfast, the highlight of the weekend, because we're here to support Mother FAMU. We'll come out of fundraising breakfast, and we have two things going on after that. We have a workshop being presented by Mr. Darrell Jones on maximizing business resiliency and growth in your local economy, and we'll have our Fallen Rattler ceremony at the same time. They'll run concurrently. And we'll wrap up tomorrow evening with the Saturday evening with the DAA Gala. Are there any questions thus far? Again, those are the highlights for the weekend. Please help me in recognizing, yes, ma'am. We'll get a water station in here, yes, ma'am. Any other questions? I'd like you to give a round of applause to the Convention Committee and the Far West Region Dallas chapter. We thank them greatly for their efforts in helping us put on this convention. In closing, friends and family, please make your orange shine bright, your green is right, and as we enjoy the remainder of the 2025 convention, keep striking. Enjoy, Rattlers.
All right, thank you, Chuck, for that. I want to take a moment. I want to do some special recognitions here. The convention committee and those that serve to put this together, including the host committee, would you stand and be acknowledged and recognized at this time and the role that you played in putting this convention together? All convention members participated in those calls. Please stand and be recognized for your efforts. The Far West region, thank you so much. Thank you. We will hear from the Far West as well as the president of a local chapter in a few moments. I want to also emphasize that AON is here. AON is a contributing sponsor for the second year in a row to the National Convention. AON plays an integral part because as of last year's convention, they actually hired 4 rattlers since that time. The Vice President is going to be here. I'm going to allow him some time to speak during my president's lunch. But I really want to emphasize to those chapter leaders, spend some time, go by, talk to AON, and make sure we are connecting our students to them. They are looking for talent. So find some time to go by and first of all say thank you. They contributed $15,000 to this convention, okay, to help defray the costs. They've got a table upstairs area. If you've got time and want to go sit and listen, that's certainly to do. They're going to be around the whole weekend. They are looking for young people, and the 4 people they hired are actually they're bringing them here to the convention this weekend. And so I really want to support the company that's supporting us and supporting our young people. And they're also looking for those that are looking for career changes. So if you're on social media, you've got friends in Texas, they're looking for opportunities, tell them to come on out, won't cost them any money. AON wants to talk to experienced executives looking for a career change. So maybe some people in the room, please. The microphone, come on. So just understand AON in a major way. I also wanted to acknowledge a few that will be coming to you in the future. I'll let you do that. I'll let you do it in a minute. Okay. So I do want to also acknowledge our board chair. Board chair Christian Harper is here. Let's acknowledge her. All right. Thank you. You will hear from Chair Harper. She will have some time during our session, I think tomorrow, to present. I know Interim President Beard is here. And he may be out meeting, but you'll hear from him as well. You'll hear from a number of university officials, et cetera, as they make their way in. The athletic director is here. We're going to get started real quick in there in the morning, Keith. So I'm going to need you at 7:30. We're going to bless that food at 7:30. When you come in, they've been instructed to put plates on the table as you walk in so you can eat. Coffee will be there, juice. So we got to get in and out of that room in the morning. But we have a very short program. Most of it will be dedicated to the AD speaking and coming as she will. So it's not going to be a long program, but that's what breakfast will be. I also want to take a privilege to acknowledge those that will be carrying this torch forward. As you know, we've concluded our elections and have a president-elect as well as other officers elected. So all those new officers that are here that have been elected, please stand and be recognized as you transition in. Ms. Artisha Pope as your president-elect, Mr. Reggie Mitchell, recording secretary, Ms. Angela Freeman, third vice president, Ms. Yolanda Pinkert, second vice president. So let's give them a round of applause as they continue to move us forward. So Chuck has a special announcement.
Everyone should have received the Know Before You Go letter that was sent out on Saturday. The flipping book link, the QR code that's in there, works as well as that link. So if you want to go to that email, you can find the flipping book there also until we figure out what's going on here.
Well, we'll work on getting the QR code here, but Chuck did send out an email, so we'll get that taken care of. So let's hear from the, come on, Van. Let's welcome Mr. Van Russ, the Far West Region Vice President. He's going to come and welcome and bring greetings. He's going to bring greetings from the Far West Region. He'll be followed by Mr. Gerald Finney, the president of the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter. Let's welcome Van to the stage.
Thank you. Good morning, Rattlers. I said, good morning, Rattlers. All right. I'm Van Russ, Vice President of the Far West Region and a member of the Las Vegas Alumni Chapter. On behalf of all the members in the Far West Region and all of our chapters, I bring you greetings and offer a warm, warm welcome to Frisco, Texas, and 2025 National Alumni Convention. We are really excited to have you here. The Far West Region and the DFW chapter will serve as hosts for this convention. As we come together to conduct the business of the NAA, raise scholarship, recognize our distinguished alumni, and thoroughly enjoy our FAMUly, we encourage you to take advantage of the many opportunities that the city of Frisco and the surrounding areas have to offer. Get out there and enjoy yourself. We sincerely hope that you enjoy our Western hospitality. It's like no other. And as we continue to strike from the West Coast, for our Alumni Association, our students, the university, one FAMU, stronger together. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Frisco, Texas. Thank you. Next up is the president of the DFW chapter, Mr. Gerald Finney.
Thank you, man. Can you guys hear me? Is it working? Okay. So thank you, everyone, for coming to Frisco. I am the DFW chapter president. What I want to do real quickly is for the DFW chapter members, please stand. I saw a few of us here, so if you're here, please stand up, please acknowledge them. So while I'm the chapter president officially, I'm really a chapter member. All the hard work that gets done in the DFW chapter and with the region from DFW is done by all the members. So I wanted to make sure that we acknowledge them, that the work that gets done, I take all the credit because that's the way I am. However, they do all the work. And so I want to make sure that you know who they are. And so as you're here in Frisco, have a good time, spend money. I don't know if Angelia is still here, but I know she would encourage you guys to spend money and support our local economy, but have fun. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, but feel free to ask any one of our members where to go, what to do. Like people ask me what restaurants to go to, where to go hang out, where the great shopping is. Do all that. Please do all that. Some of you came out to the Cowboy Club the other night. We had a really good time. If you're interested, I think we can probably arrange a tour of the Cowboy facility, the practice facility and all that. So I know we have some free time. So if you're interested, raise your hand. Okay, then we'll arrange that. So looking forward to doing that. But welcome home. This is our home. So our home is your home and we're your hosts. And so we look forward to having a great convention and you guys having a great time. And then coming back, not just for FAMU stuff, you can always come back and visit and support us for future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, President Finney. That's interesting. You also get all the blame too when things don't go right, President Finney. Okay, you're not gonna get all the credit. And anybody that knows you done that presidency, you're gonna get all the blame, and we take very little credit. But thank you for acknowledging your team because it's really the team that does all the work. And so here's we're going to have convention rules given by Mr. Howard Burton as he makes his way to the stage to talk about the rules and procedures. He's our parliamentarian. So Howard, come on up and bring that. I do want to let you know that the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter will host hospitality, and it's on the 3rd floor, and it's a beautiful room, and it's our room. So if you want to play cards, dominoes, whatever you want to do in there, that's the hospitality room. I want to thank the Dallas chapter, particularly Ron Fry, who is the beverage sponsor for the hospitality. So give it up for Ron Fry. There will be food. There'll be a couple nights of food themes. I don't know what tonight is. What's the food theme tonight? Creole tonight, and yeah. All right. We'll now hear from the parliamentarian.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning. These are going to be the rules for the 2025 annual convention. And I will say that rule number 1, we are going to actually violate it to start with. Rule number 1 is immediately after the roll call, the annual meeting rules shall be read by the parliamentarian. So we're going to change that today. Rule number 2, after the initial reporting of the number of registered members, an updated report of registrations may be announced later during the meeting. Number 3, only registered active members are permitted to participate in the annual meeting. Number 4, a maximum of 4 minutes will be allowed for the presentation of each officer's committee's report, excluding the time permitted for questions and answers or any introductions or debate on motions arising out of the proposed action items. All reports must be in writing. Exceptions may be granted by the president. Number 5, Each member must address the presiding officer when speaking. The presiding officer will address the question or comment or may choose to defer to another person to reply to the question. Number 6, each member must be recognized by the presiding officer prior to speaking. The exception is that a member, when making certain allowable privileged or incidental motions, example, point of order or parliamentary inquiries, may interrupt the speaker without first being recognized as denoted by Robert's Rules of Order. Even after the parliamentary inquiry is given preference in obtaining the floor, but must still wait to be recognized by the presiding officer before continuing to speak. In all other cases, only one member may speak at a time. Number 7, the membership will have up to 8 minutes to debate on a motion. Each member speaking in the debate is allowed up to 60 seconds to speak during each turn in debate and may speak in the debate up to 2 times on the same motion, provided that other members wishing to speak have spoken at least once on that motion. No portion of any time permitted to speak during the debate is transferable to another member. Number 8, members speaking in debate shall confine his or her comments to the subject matter of the immediately pending motion, concisely state his or her opinion on the matter, and refrain from attacking or making personal remarks about any member, board, or committee. Anyone violating this rule more than once shall be subject to censorship for the remainder of the meeting. Censorship requires a majority vote. The member making a debatable motion may reserve the right to speak first and or last in the debate. Resolutions and lengthy motions must be submitted in writing to the president or the presiding officer and the recording secretary prior to the member making that motion. Number 11, anyone wishing to record the meeting must first register his or her intentions with the presiding officer or president designee. The recording of the meeting shall be used solely for informational purposes of the individual reporting back to his or her membership. Number 12, the sergeant at arms shall not allow any person to leave or enter the room when a vote is in progress. Number 13, when a matter is not covered in the FAMU NAA Constitution, bylaws, or annual meeting rules, the rules contained in the current edition of Robert's Rules of Order will govern the body in all cases to which they are applicable. We are governed by all of the aforementioned documents cited in this rule. The rules contained in the NAA Constitution supersede the NAA bylaws. The rules contained by the NAA bylaws supersede the convention rules. The convention rules supersede the rules contained in the current edition of Robert's Rules of Order. Number 14, following the adoption of the convention rules, rules number 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 14 may not be amended, rescinded, or suspended. Rule number 13 may not be amended, rescinded, or suspended at any time. Any other convention rules may be amended or rescinded by a 2/3 vote or may be suspended for a specified purpose by a majority vote. The glossary of terms will give us these definitions. The majority vote is an approval by more than half of the votes cast by the members present and voting and entitled to vote, excluding blanks or extensions in regular or properly called meetings. 2/3 vote, an approval by 2/3 of the votes cast by those members present and voting and entitled to vote. An abstention or an abstain is to not vote on a motion at all. Members are not obligated to vote. Abstentions are not called for and are not recorded in the minutes. And when you're making a motion, we just ask that you please say, "I move that." Thank you. These are the rules.
All right, there's a lot of rules there. Howard is our parliamentarian. If you have questions, we will also get that. Yeah, we need to adopt them. Okay. Howard, the rules written?
Yes, they were written and turned in early. So, well, let me find out from the individuals that's running this, but they should be, yes.
In the flipping book? Okay, we'll get it updated. All right. So Howard, do you want to call for that since this is your call for the adoption of that? And we'll take a motion.
Mr. President, I move that we adopt the rules as presented.
It's Moved and seconded that we adopt the rules as presented. Any questions on the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. All right, Mr. Secretary, we are getting down to, and we discussed this earlier, as far as a roll call and how we're going to handle that. Last year we ate up a lot of time with that. We're trying to be expeditious on this. So, Mr. Secretary, you have a microphone.
Okay, Mr. President, so kind of like what we've been doing in executive board meetings, we have a financial registration roll of all the registrants in the room. So rather than take up 15 to 20 minutes calling names of some people who still may be in the rooms or in the restaurants, we're going to use the official roll of all the registrants, right? So the paddles still work. We clearly have a quorum in the room today, and when it's time to vote, we would utilize the paddles that were provided to all the financial registrants.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
So do we, we'll move on then from there. So we have established a quorum. We'll move on with our meeting. We will now begin to hear from our business meetings and the actual reports that will be given. So we're that part of the FAMU NA business meeting outlined in the bylaws.
Okay.
We're ready, sir.
All right.
So we're going to enter into the committee meetings, et cetera.
All right. So, Mr. Let me see. We're trying to, we're still working on the display. Having a little technical difficulties, you can see today with the microphone and the display. Speak it to the microphone. Okay. So, it may be the case that we won't have a display, but I will present the very first committee report, the Budget and Finance Committee. Okay. Okay, go ahead and take it. So, I don't have the display ready, but I was going to present the members of the committee. So the members of the committee have been presented from regions around the NAA that include all regions. I dare not even attempt to try and recite all the names, and so forgive me for that, committee members who have worked hard on this. But generally, as in Section 9 of the bylaws, we are required by Florida statute, Board of Trustee regulation and policy to submit a budget approved by the membership and get it sent to the Board of Trustees for their approval at the July-August meeting. And so in March 17th, the Budget Committee approved the budget that's going to be proposed to you. On March 19th, the Executive Board approved that same budget. We have a budget meeting tonight, a town hall. We previously had one on April 2nd. We're having one tonight at 3:15, and tomorrow we will vote on the budget at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And that kind of concludes it. And then again, it'll be forwarded, if it's approved tomorrow, it'll be forwarded to the Board of Trustees. So I'll take any questions if there are any.
So we're actually voting on the budget tomorrow. There will be an opportunity today at 3 o'clock. If you have questions about the budget, you don't understand, that Mr. Mitchell, his committee will be here to answer any questions about the budget, but we have to get that approved and over to the Board of Trustees for their upcoming meeting to go from there. Any questions to Mr. Mitchell? Okay, seeing none, we will move on then. So
yeah, we'll move on. So we have the next up is the fundraising committee. Again, my display is temporarily disabled. So, Madam 3 VP, do you have a committee to report? Okay.
So the fundraising committee is called to the podium. Want to remind you that you have 4 minutes. The actual presentations and the written reports are in the flipping book. So those that are coming forth, just be mindful, hit the summary, highlight, take any questions, but the actual reports are in flipping book. Let's welcome 3 VP, Ms. Angela Freeman, to the stage.
Thank you, Mr. President. All right. I am third Vice President and Fundraising Chair, Ms. Angela Freeman, and I want to recognize all of my committee members. If you serve as a chair, we meet every first Tuesday at 8 p.m. At this time, all the fundraising committee members, who's present, please stand. Van Russ, I see Van. Only Van and I. That's okay. And William Newman. I see Miss Jones, Lynette Jones. She is fundraising. And during our course of the last 3 years, and you will see a full-blown presentation. I only have 4 minutes, so I'm gonna give you highlights. Our first year, we was able to raise over $50,000. Our second year, $236,000. That is in addition to the coaches' compensation plan, where we had a fire situation where we needed to assist our coaches. So that was $88,000 that was raised by all the alumni, friends, and supporters of FAMU. We raised $87,000 within 4 days. So that gives a round of applause for the alumni who answered the call of that one-time emergency. And this past year, we took a little step back. We wanted to do something just a little different, where we wanted to think more outside of the box. We had our several online fundraising activities, such as we did our FAMU pajamas. We actually did our holiday wreaths. We actually had Mrs. Fields cookies. We did our fundraisers. We did a little outside of the box, different things. So as of today, currently, we have raised $96,000. Our goal is $100,000 each year. So we are just short of, $4,000, $3,500. So this weekend, we will culminate that. Now, I would like to entertain any questions, comments, or concerns at this time for the fundraising committee. Any questions? But the full presentation is in your flipping book. You will see what we do is strategically. We have 8 different subcommittees, and we actually have a chair and a co-chair for those 8 tiers. That subcommittee, meets outside of our first Tuesday. So we've been strategic to actually get members to join those subcommittees. We did have a new committee to join ranks this year, which is our grants committee. We were able to actually write our first grant, and we just got awarded officially as of September, but as of 2 nights ago, that grant will be forthcoming to FAMU NAA. So that was $5,786, a grant that we won from Visit Tallahassee. So in with fundraising, we're open for new members to join us. We often, like I said, we meet every first Tuesday as a collaborative committee, but those subcommittees meet outside of our meeting. So we got new things on the horizon that's new and brewing. We're going to probably launch our FAMU NAA cruise, which was previously maybe 6 years ago. We have other things that we have an idea of. We want to do a bottler. That's pretty popular with the bourbon drinkers. So we got a lot of things going. I'm not a drinker, but some people may want to, have a stick and drink their bourbon. So we have that brewing and going for it. But we're excited about our committee. We're excited about next year. And I would like to entertain any questions. All right. Thank you for your time and attention. Have a blessed one.
All right, Mr. Secretary, who do we have next? Who do we have next, sir?
We have the membership committee up next.
Membership committee. Let's give Ms. Deborah Payton Jones a hand as she makes her way to the stage.
I'm old, but I'm tech-savvy. Hello, everybody. How are you? I am Deborah Payton Jones and happy to be here. I'm going to make this quick and say that I am reflecting from when President Johnson appointed me in 2022, and the 3 years have seemed as though they've gone so very quickly. I'm going to turn this so I can read it easy. The 3 years have gone very quickly. I reflect on making sure that our bylaws communicate with all the members, all of our varied leadership individuals from all around the country. I made sure that on all levels to confirm and explain and present all benefits available at the time for each tier that we would like to then present. making sure to work with our president, with the FAMU NAA, with all of our DSOs, and to make sure that future alumni base understood where we're trying to go. It was imperative to reduce overhead and to make sure to ensure accuracy within shipments, reduce our turnaround time for receipt of your documents and all your credentials. Worked hard to make sure that every level of this was taken care of in a manner of professionalism. To that end, I communicated with the vendors bi-weekly, visited Tallahassee and Pompano Beach to see where our products were coming from, and that was an end of a 2022 amazing year. 2023-2024 was transformative. I was honored to be bestowed the prestigious Alumni of the Year Award in Schaumburg, the National Alumni Association, and thank you for that, as well as from our Northeast region, the Alumni of the Year. But most importantly, I got a chance to meet and greet individuals by going to different conferences, games, to make sure that everyone knew that we were here for all of FAMU, wherever you lived. We want to also make sure that it was still an honor and privilege, but we continued to show up. We continued to make sure we discussed all the things that were important to make sure our membership was solidified. We solidified relationships, highlighted long-term benefits, and this was the first full year since bulk membership payments were, so you know everybody was a little teed off because we stopped bulk membership, but we were making sure that we received and we talked to individuals, we walked them off the ledges, and they found that they had an amazing time. The entire report is in the flip book, but I'm going through highlights only. The bonds fostered with our open monthly meetings, and I thank each of you that are here that have participated in our monthly meetings. We made sure we had open dialogue and made sure that each of you were heard and that your information was then taken care of. We also wanted to make sure to move forward with our budgetary process, to make sure we had the tools to replenish the credentials needed to supply and equip our members with what was necessary to present the outer manifestation of your expected form of compensation to be cohesive life members. And we want to make sure that you all, we know everyone here is an active life member, but we want to make sure that everyone in our 80,000 pool are all active members. To that end, we're going to round this out and say that over 700 people decided to become life members in the last 3 years. That yielded $525,000 that would $525,000 that went straight into our restricted fund, where we peel the money off and we then use that interest to give our scholarships. So to that end, I thank each of you who became life members. I thank each of you who will become life members. I will have my tablecloth and my banner outside so you can actually see me if you have any questions. And most importantly, to sprinkle and harvest. We've planted the seeds. We've watered what we needed to do. Now it's time for us to harvest. I'm Deborah Payton Jones, and I approve of this message.
Are we doing any officers today? Thank you. Are we doing officers today? Huh? Yeah. Okay, so you want to do the regional vice presidents?
Yeah, we can if you're ready.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Any other committees to report out, sir? We've heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no further committees. Are any other committee members present? All right.
She's in there. Oh, come on. Scholarship committee. Okay. Let's give it up for Ms. Yolanda Pinker, our second vice president. I think she's reporting, I know, on scholarship. And are you going to do media and technology? Or, oh, okay. Okay, come on.
Recruitment and scholarships.
Scholarships. There have been tremendous changes with that, so let's give it up for Yolanda.
So, good morning. First, thank you all for not finding it robbery to register, pay, and attend our convention and bearing with us as we have these technical difficulties. You know, the devil is busy, but our God is bigger. And then I want to also say, with much gratitude, thank you all for re-electing me as your second vice president. I truly appreciate it. So I got two committees. So is anyone that's on the student recruitment and / finance financial aid committee present? Please stand so you can be recognized for all your hard work. Ms. Miranda, Ms. Lauren, Thank you so much. I think I saw VP Humans back there before. So with the student recruitment, we did send out earlier in the year a file to all the regions asking for information on their chapters, how many had endowments and scholarships. So we have 90 chapters, 14 have endowments, 41 award scholarships. So about 46% of our chapters award scholarships. In February, we had a student recruitment event for the spring 2025. We had 115 registered, 87 attended, and 70 participated. We still have the student recruitment form. We continue to ask people, chapters, to complete that form when you are going to participate in a recruitment event, but also if you need material. We do ask that you give us at least 2 weeks in advance because life happens, so we can work with the university to get that information over to them and out to you. There is a new university fact sheet coming, so you will hear from that from Dr. Hudson while we're here this week. Now, for the enrolled and accepted students, I know a lot of individuals have contacted me about that data. In March, we sent to all the regional vice presidents the spring and summer enrollments, and then on May 1st, we sent the summer and fall accepted students. So please see your RVP if you have not received your listing for your area. And I just want to make sure that we are reminded that that information that's in those forms, that should make sure that we are not violating any FERPA or IRS or FAFSA privacy rules. Moving on to scholarships, and then I'll take questions at the end. We still have the SOS scholarship, and I do want to, I know we're going to do the Fallen Rattlers, but Mrs. Doris Hicks served as a scholarship chair for a number of years, and I just, we just give a silent 3 strikes for Ms. Hicks, who departed this earth last year, and entrusted me to carry forth her hard work. So I struggle and pray that I do her justice. So with the SOS, we were able this year to get a report from the university of how much we have given to account 1894 since 2016, and that's when President Clark initiated the SOS. You guys, since 2016, we have awarded over $800,000 to students for the Save Our Students. Over $800,000. We've received over $840,000. So we need some more money, so get your pockets ready on Saturday. I'm getting you tied up. For the $1 Million campaign, we had the challenge that at least 30 NAA executive board members and any alumni member could donate money to this endowment of at least $50. As of May 20th, I have 13 donations received for an increase of $1,600. So we need a few more dollars in that endowment. And then finally, for our national scholarship account 206, get that in your brain, 206. I'm coming back to it on Saturday. In 2024 fall, we awarded 225 students $100,000. 123 freshmen and 102 returning students. 225 students for $100,000. So I know we're all smart, so you do the math. So that was that, and we got the breakout for that went into that report. And so finally, the 2025 scholarship cycle. We revamped it. I want to especially thank Mr. Gerald Brown from Far West, Stephanie Griffin Richardson from Northeast, Lauren Carter from Southern, and Kendra Milton from Northeast for revamping the entire scholarship application. We worked with Dr. Hudson, simplified some things, made sure some things were on there that he wanted to see, and we moved it to jot forms, a lot easier. We will be talking more about how he would like to kind of see the chapters to mimic some of these things that are on this jot form. You can still keep your same form, but making sure that you have at least these questions on your form, okay? So we closed on May 15th, and our committee is working hard to 298 submissions. So we've gone from 225 to 298. 98 incoming freshmen for academic achievement, 47 for the Herman Davis Special Talents, and 153 current and transfer students. Now, 298 for that same pool, we gave 225 for $100,000. So I'm going to leave that there and get your checkbooks ready, because that will be my ask. So, Mr. President, that concludes my report that is in the flipping book. Are there any questions for either one of the two committees? Thank you all so much. Oh, yes, Ms. Morgan. Excellent question. So let me repeat her question for those who could not hear. The question was, what is the time frame in which students can request funds from SOS? Correct, Ms. Morgan? Okay, so excellent question, and that is year-round. What they must do, they must go see the man himself, Dr. Bill Hudson. Go to him, and he does his analysis with his office to ensure that that person indeed has a balance that is about academics, that they are not receiving any additional funds. Sometimes students have funds that they have been awarded, but they have not been applied to their account. So he goes through to make sure that all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, so that we are not over-awarding. You do not have to have a particular GPA, but be in good standing. So that is the great thing, and it is for undergraduate students. So they need to see Dr. Hudson, and then he works with the president to go through to get those funds awarded. It's generally no less than $500 that the students can receive. Miss Emma.
Hold on, Miss Emma. Hold on. Durden, can you help me out here? We need to get the microphone, because this is put on Facebook, and we want to make sure that people may be listening to hear. So Mr. RVP Durden is going to help with the microphone. Please raise your hand, and he'll get the mic to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Emma Fountain from Atlanta, Georgia. I have a question and a little bit of a concern, because we are talking about raising funds. We have a group of people out there, I don't think that we even tap a contact. And I think every year I talk about them. It's seasoned rattlers. The seasoned rattlers, as you know, every year they have to take a required distribution if you are of a certain age, if you have IRA. They have funds there. Some of them do not use a computer. They don't want a computer. So we have to figure out how to contact those individuals. So how do we do that? I'm hoping that we as a national organization would find out how to do it. Not only for giving, but also for membership. You know, you tell us we have to go on the computer. These are check writing people. And they don't give a doggone about all of this modern stuff. Thank you.
I will defer the membership questions back to the membership chair, because I'm going to stay in my lane. And regarding reached out to the seniors for their retirement distribution, that is an excellent idea. I know I'm working with my parents on their distribution all the time, so that is something definitely for us to take forward with the finance team on how we can incorporate that and do some special letters out to those members who of that beautiful age to receive that benefit for all of their years of hard work. And then we can also work with the Office of not advancement, but with Mr. Neal and that VP over in Alumni Affairs as well, because they have a different database than what we have, and so working on that as an initiative. So that's an excellent idea. Thank you so much for that. Are there any other questions? Okay, hearing none. Thank you so much. You all enjoy the rest of the convention.
All right, thank you. Who do we have next, sir? Mr. Mitchell? Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Secretary, who do we have next?
Oh, Florida region.
All right, we're going to start with the region reports right now. So the region officers, get ready. We're going to start with the Florida region. Is Mr. Humans in the room? We'll come back to him. I know he was. Somebody can cue him up. Who do we have next?
Next up, let me see. I know we got Far West. You want to go with that one?
Yeah, let's come Far West. Mr. Van Russ, come on up. Give your Far West region report. Let's welcome Van back to the stage.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I'll see who we got. I think we got Southern.
Hello again. My report, presentation, and a detailed report are both in the flipping book, so peruse that at your leisure. But with my 4 minutes today, I'm going to do a little something different, okay? This is my last term as regional VP, and I've served 2 terms as regional VP, so June 30th, I will bow out to a new regional VP for the Far West region. And first of all, our region consists of 15 states, from Oklahoma and Texas to Alaska and Hawaii, okay? And out of those 15 states, we have 8 chapters in 4 of those states. And I want to take the time to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the membership of the Far West region, and especially the chapter leadership teams. While we've had struggles, we've had some issues in various categories throughout the last year or so, this team has been dedicated to doing the work that is necessary to move the needle forward. We lost some key positions on our leadership team. Our executive board was down, but it did not stop us. And I am very grateful for the support that I've received in the last 6 years. It takes a village. I have a village. I could not move the Far West region anywhere without that team and the support of the leadership and the membership. So as I say goodbye as regional VP, again, I want to thank the membership. I also want to thank the NAA Executive Board for the support that I've received at that level as well. Again, we could not do anything without that level of support. So as we move forward, one FAMU, stronger together, please, please offer your support, question everything. Comments are welcome, because without questions, without concerns, how do we address some of the issues? Now, speaking of the concerns, one of the things that we tried to address this year, which was particularly struggling for us, compliance issues, okay? This has become really a priority within the organization, and honestly, we have some chapters that do struggle with compliance. And that is one of the main focuses within the Far West region this year, was to try to get these chapters in compliance. We were not 100% successful, but we moved the needle forward. And we still have some work to do, which we will get done. Okay? Now, being that this is my last term, we did have an election, and we brought forth a new executive board. And I just want to give props right now to my member at large, Dr. Nanette Williams, who will serve going forward as the new regional VP for the Far West region. So, okay. She will assume the role July 1 and move the needle further. Okay. There are some appointments that need to be made, and she and her team will do that. Now, I will stay on the board as immediate vice president, so I'm not really going away, but my voice will become softer, okay, as we do that. So with that, Mr. President, I yield.
Let's give it up for Van and the Far West region. They were the actual region of the year 2 years ago, and Van put on an amazing conference here in Texas a couple years ago. A really big geography to cover, and just an amazing job. And Van, we can't thank you enough, thank your team enough for what you've done, and congratulations, Dr. Nanette, as you ascend to the RVP role. All right, let's hear from, who do you want to hear from, sir?
Southern region.
Southern region, come on up. Last year's region of the year, Mr. Xavier Durden, and Miss Donna Allen is the male. So we'll hear from the Southern region. Come on up.
All right, good morning, Rattlers. All right, we're very proud to present the Southern Region Annual Report for this membership year. I believe the slides are loading.
Yeah, we just got to get on. There you go.
They're up. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, so I want to take a moment to introduce our region leadership team, which consists of our executive board members, along with our committee chairs and co-chairs. So very quickly, Ms. Donna Allen is member at large. Lakeisha Johnson is region secretary. Shelley McCray is our treasurer. Don Jordan is our chaplain. And Ms. Yolanda Pinkert as our immediate pass region VP. So we hear you on that softer voice, Van. All right. Our committee chairs, we have audit, awards, fundraising, government relations, our parliamentarian publicity, and our student engagement chair. So thank you to all of them who've served. Want to call out specifically our fundraising chair, Ms. Demetrius Jennings Ingram, our student engagement chair, Lauren Carter. Those are very active committees for us. So thank you to our Southern Region Executive Board. Next slide, please. Okay, so the Southern Region at a glance, we are comprised of 8 states and 21 strong chapters, 3 chapters in the state of Alabama, Birmingham Metro, Gulf Coast, Mobile, and Montgomery, led by those respective presidents, Jeff Simmons, Cheryl Robinson Sutton, and Chrysula Edwards. Georgia has 9 chapters, so that is the bulk of our Southern Region membership. Coastal Georgia chapter, Nicole Davis. Fountain City, James Patrick. Metro Atlanta, President Michael Collins. Middle Georgia, Kevin Williams. Northeast, Latasha Keon Gray. Northwest, President Ebony Hillsman. Southwest Georgia, Remy Hutchins. Thomas County, Latrina Scott. And Valdosta, Mary Willis. We have 1 chapter who holds it down for the state of Louisiana, President Tanya Latham, and 1 chapter who holds it down for the state of Mississippi, President Derek Singleton. 3 chapters in the state of North Carolina, Charlotte area, Raleigh, Durham, and Sand Hills, North Carolina. Okay, and that's going to be President Evans, Ricky Williams, and Melody Jacobs. South Carolina, 2 chapters, Columbia Metro and Upstate, President Russell Dean and President Tracy Isham. And then Tennessee, Middle Tennessee and Southwest Tennessee, Golden Hayden and Rosalind Cooper. Next slide, please. Should be noted that we do not have any active chapters in the state of Arkansas. Our membership at a glance. You can see Metro Atlanta commands the lion's share of our membership. As we pulled this report, 319 members. And then you can see the membership respectively flowing. Charlotte area approximately 70, Northeast Georgia approximately 45, and so on and so forth. And so we get to a point where we're happy with the growth of our region. The vast majority of our chapters do meet the requirement to have over 10 or more members to be considered active. And where we aren't at that threshold, we do have plans where we're working with the chapters to meet those numbers. So some highlights: 635 members for fiscal year 25. 71% of our financial membership resides in the state of Georgia. 71%, that is absolutely huge. But what it means is that there's opportunities for our other states to grow as well and follow Georgia's lead. So thank you for the example there. We did have a little bit of a dip. I would like to keep the whole story positive, but a 7.7% decrease in membership from the previous year. Some of the communications that we've had has been on economy. I do see time. Let me wrap up. All right. 47% of our alumni financial are life members, which is 6% growth over the last year. That was noted by our membership chair. Next slide, please. Okay, recruitment: 24 college fairs, 4 university presentations, 2 bus previews. For spring preview, 11,500 students touched in our recruitment efforts and 770 students enrolled. $60,000 in scholarship, $45,000 from Metro Atlanta, $10,000 from Charlotte, $1,000 from Southwest Georgia, and $2,000 from Gulf Coast Mobile. Next slide. Okay, and you can see our compliance. We'll touch on that a little bit more in our region breakout. Next slide. And then those are some of our highlights and our goals, which we'll touch on in our region breakout as well. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Mr. Durden. I'm going to take a little deviated break here, personal privilege. I want to call up now our sponsor, Mr. Terrence Pringle and Ms. Jerry Harris from Aon. Please come on up. I want you guys to recognize them and welcome them. Terrence, I'm going to allow you a couple minutes, okay? But Terrence, come on up. Please come on up. The Aon has been with us since we started having conversations, and they're looking for talent. And so Terrence and his team are here. And so please just come say a few words if you don't mind, Terrence.
Thank you.
Yes,
Good to
sir.
see you. First of all, welcome everyone. It's a privilege to be here. Aon is very supportive. We've done a lot of work with Audrey Simmons Smith and the leadership at FAMU, along with Curtis and Allen. And I'm happy to say today, within the last 18 months, we've hired 4 early career students from Florida A&M University, so give yourselves a hand. And we've really been trying to push the envelope to let everyone know that there is, within our organization, that there is definitely a plethora of talent at Florida A&M, and you all are showing up strong within our organization, and we plan to continue that. We're here this week to help sponsor the alumni convention because we're also looking for mid-careers. Of course, we're focusing on the word inclusion versus some other vocabulary words, but regardless of what you're here, Aon is in it. We're here for you, and we look forward to the continued relationship. If you see any of us throughout the next couple of days, please reach out. We're all here to support for early career and also mid-career, and then also within your organizations. Aon is a full-service consulting firm, so if any of your leadership or any of you need consulting services, that also helps us so we can keep coming back too. But thank you again. You guys put on a wonderful convention, and your students are still showing up well, so continued success and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Terrence. Thank you, Jerry. And they really do mean it. They have not backed away from any of those words, and so we want to go from there. So who do we have next, sir?
Northeast Region.
Northeast Region. Come on up. Ms. Sharon Duncan. I want to personally thank Sharon as she makes her way to the stage. She stepped in as the chair of the DAA gala and has done an outstanding job. To her and her team, we are going to have an amazing gala this year. And thank you, Sharon. I know you've been nursing the surgery back to health. You're walking great. You're looking good. So thank you for all that you do.
All right. Good morning. Thank you, Mr. President. Rattlers, I am Sharon Duncan, and I'm proudly serving as the Regional Vice President for the 1st Region, okay? Northeast Rattlers, 1st Region. All right, Reggie. I'll take a few minutes to go through what we've done over this membership year. So, as our leadership, we have Andrea Turk, Sebastian Alexandria, Karima Lynham as the recording secretary, Stephanie Griffith Richardson, 2nd Vice President, Ms. Peyton Jones is now our chaplain, LaTanya Johnson Weaver, I know she's here, Monica Zeno Martin, our parliamentarian, and Dr. Regina Bolton as Sergeant at Arms, and Floyd Patterson. He is not the chaplain. That's an error. But it is so important for us to work collectively together in order for any region, the chapters, to run effectively. So I want to personally thank all of the members of the executive board, in addition to the members of the Northeast region. So thank you in advance for what you've done and what you will do. So I'll take a few minutes to go through our chapters. The Massachusetts chapter has done an outstanding job. Way up out of our area in the Northeast is the Massachusetts chapter. They've worked diligently on recruitment events, freshman send-offs. They've done an outstanding job. So hats off to the Massachusetts chapter for being so far from FAMU, but still doing the work of FAMU. And the New York chapter, in the heart of the Big Apple, they've worked diligently, again, recruiting for FAMU, really spreading the love for FAMU as well. But also, as you see in the last slide, the chapter leaned forward and provided assistance to the men and women track team when they were in the area. So again, thank you for the New York chapter. New York Long Island chapter is one of the newest chapters in the NAA, founded in 2021, Ms. Deborah Payton Jones and the crew. So they've also worked diligently. A fish fry, we love a fish fry. They have an annual fish fry, and they work hard for the university by recruiting the best and the brightest. So thank you to the New York chapter, who's now led by a new chapter president, who's here with us today, Doug Thomas. Thank you. And thanks to the New York chapter. The next chapter is the Philadelphia chapter. The Philadelphia chapter actually hosted our conference last year. Last year, we hosted our 60th anniversary of the Northeast region. So they did an outstanding job. So thanks to the New York chapter, the Philadelphia chapter, for what you've done. And again, as you can see from all of our chapters, we're really working hard and diligently recruiting in our areas of responsibility. So thank you to the Philadelphia chapter. They have an upcoming luncheon, so if you're in the area, please visit and join them. And this is their scholarship luncheon. And the Greater Baltimore chapter, this chapter was founded in 2021 or 2022? 2020, okay, during COVID. You're right. So that is the President, Tyrone Crosby. So thank you, Tyrone. Again, I want to show the work of all of the chapters, and as you can see, they're on the ground working hard. This year, they actually celebrated 5 years of being a chapter. So congratulations to them, and thank you for what you consistently do throughout the area. Okay, come on. Just a few more chapters. The New Jersey chapter has done an outstanding job. Thank you, Sebastian. next chapter, Washington, D.C. chapter. This is our big brother chapter in the Northeast region. So they've done an outstanding job with everything that they've actually done to raising lots of funds. And during the football season, they help every single game at a local venue in the D.C. area. So hats off, Larry Rentz and your chapter. And the next chapter is the Northern Virginia chapter, which is actually my chapter. So we did an outstanding job as well, and actually received a proclamation from the town of Dumfries for our work in the local community. All right, and the last chapter is the Tidewater chapter. The Tidewater chapter is a revamped chapter in the Northeast region, and its newly president here is Mr. Boris Hall, who's the chapter president. So hats off to the work within the Northeast region. Thank you for all you do. You make us proud. So thank you.
Thank you.
We got Midwest. Is she here?
Midwest. You want to? Okay, come on, Midwest. Miss Robin Carter, one of our newest region vice presidents, who stepped up. Her and her male, Miss Garland Fitzhugh, and they have hit the ground running to get the Midwest chapter going back again. So come on up, Miss Robin. Sharon, you left your stuff up here. Duncan.
Y'all be stressing me out. It's real great.
You left your stuff.
Good morning, everyone. I hope that you're doing well. Robin, again, Midwest Region Vice President. And again, thank you for your time today. I wanted to take the opportunity to, again, from a Midwest Region perspective, this is my second year as Midwest Region Vice President. When I stood on a similar stage last year, I think we were in Tampa, I was your exec board, just me, right? But if we flip to the next slide, what I'd like to actually share today, and I think I need a round of applause. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And for those of you, especially committed alumni who come to the conventions, I don't know if you know, but the Midwest region is a challenge. Once you get past Georgia, Sharon, I don't know. Once you get past Georgia, it is a challenge. The Rattlers are there, right? I'll be honest, I'm having a vulnerable moment. But we're just trying to get them out and get them engaged. So first and foremost, for anybody that's here from the Midwest region of any chapters, I see Andre, you got Kim out there, maybe a few other folks. We're small, but we're mighty. Thank you so much for all that you do. Oh, Chris, and you holding it down for the whole university. So I appreciate that piece. One of the things that I'd like to take the opportunity to do is just introduce you to our Midwest Region Executive Board, of which I'm super duper proud of. Garland Booker, she couldn't be with us today because she had other opportunities and obligations, but she's our Mal. Kim Thomas, if you'd like to stand up. She's our treasurer, yes. She's also president, because I think we should share these things, president of Kimco International. If you're interested in wealth accumulation, she can help you. And then lastly, Chase Beasley is our corresponding secretary, so just wanted to share that piece. With 4 minutes left, I'm pretty much going to probably share with you what I shared last year. And we are still very much in a building phase when you think about the Midwest region. My theme, again, is engagement and membership. Engagement and membership. Nothing fancy, but I'm with Emma in the back, who actually spoke to some of our more seasoned Rattlers. But I'll be honest with you, I'm speaking to all Rattlers, particularly at this particular time, because I feel like, our university is under attack. And this should be the time that I think we leverage what's happening to our university to try to get people more engaged and also members of our university, because we're fundamentally going to have to take care of ourselves. I have very much been watching closely what's happening with Harvard, right? We know they have all types of money, but they're turning down money from the government, and they're going to fund what they need to happen with their own university. Now, maybe from a donor perspective, we're no Harvard, but I know for a fact that, again, if we can get the engagement and membership we fundamentally need as a university, we also can do some of those same things. So I wanted to share that. The things that we're going to be focused on, again, is finalizing, the executive board appointments. Those need to be done. Supporting our chapters are key. Really, our official chapters due to membership are still Windy City and Detroit, but we also have, Central Ohio led by Andre at the same time as well. We also want to, again, develop a theme campaign around why should you join the NAA. And that's where, again, I'd like to take the opportunity to implore upon the NAA in and of itself from a national perspective. That's where we could fundamentally use your help, okay? 1 minute left? All right. Oh, I'm up? All right, so I'm going to finish up here. Again, that's the support and help that we need, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Carter. I want to take a privilege here just to, as the Florida region makes its way to the stage, I want to recognize who's entered the room, our immediate past president, Colonel Greg Clark. Thank you for being here with us. Also, the two candidate-elects have entered the room. The first vice president-elect is Ms. Ashley Willis. I saw her back there. Okay. And our new financial secretary-elect, Ms. Avis Payne. We recognize. All right. I think that's everybody at this point. Come on, Ms. Florida Region.
All right. Is it still morning? Yes. Okay. It's nice. I'll say we say the best for last. Florida Region report. My name is William Humans, Florida Region Vice President, and again, it's always great to see you all. We represent the Florida region, home of Florida A&M University. Bring up the slide. But while you going through that, again, my name is William Humans, and it's so great to see each of you all today, this morning. And I see so many individuals from the Florida region, and if you can, while these presentations coming up, Florida Region chapters, who is all, and we have over 36 chapters of the Florida region. If you can please stand, all Florida Region members, thank you so much. We represent, I know we hear the football team and the cheerleaders and the students say we represent Florida Agricultural Mechanical University, but we are the National Alumni Association, where we represent over 2/3 of the association. If you go to the next slide. And so what you see on the screen here is our current executive board, current elected officers and appointed officers. Those pictures there, myself, our member at large, April Freeman, is to the back. Our recording secretary, Miss Denisha Collins, is also here. I believe Miss Miranda Alberg, who's our chaplain, is also here, as well as our Florida Region treasurer, as far as our elected officers. And then we have a litany of individuals who are our appointed officers from, we believe in Fridge. Fridge is our mission of our association, and I try to emphasize that at every meeting to our chapters, that we need to make sure that we're doing that work. And from Pensacola to all the way to Key West, each of the chapters are really about that work and fundraising, student recruitment, alumni recruitment, image building, government relations. So you'll see that type of thing and what we do in social media. Just check it out, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You'll see those related things. Next slide. And so here are some of our accomplishments, but this is not really all of our accomplishments. Every year we award scholarships. We started awarding scholarships to students in 2020 during COVID. And if you don't know, the first Florida Region Scholarship recipient is someone you may know. She is a Beta Alpha AKA, Miss Lauren May, the SJ president, the outgoing SJ president. She was our first recipient. But we raised so much money in scholarship, we've been doing that every year. So we reached our $100,000 endowment as well for the first time. So we are the first region to raise over $100,000. When I was elected as your Florida Region Vice President in 2018, we had about 26 chapters. We have grown that to 36 chapters. We're going to scroll up a little bit. Can you slide up a little bit?
Next slide. Next slide.
So we have grown our chapters to 36 chapters from 26. So we definitely seen that growth, and that's why we continue to see that growth in our National Alumni Association. You can go to the next slide. But again, we have over 1,800 students that have been admitted to the fall semester and the summer semester as well. And as I mentioned before, we have really a robust promotion strategy led by our publicity team. We really do things on social media, but as well as we do things in that media market as well, using newspapers and television as well. And we really have a strong advocacy method for FAMU and government relations. So again, that's across all 67 counties. Next slide. But you know, through all those successes that we've had, there have been some challenges. And so we still continue to address some grievances that have been filed by some members and chapters. In the times we do get untimely delivery of online dues. And so we still continue to work with our national office in that regard. And then you can see the lack of IRS file updates as well. So we're still trying to work through those challenges. We hope to get those things addressed by the end of this fiscal year. Next slide. Okay, yes, sir. And so all these things are in the flipping book, but you can just go through whoever's managing that. If you can just go through, so you'll see some of the activities of our Florida region chapters. So you can just scroll through. You may want to zoom out, whoever's doing that. Who's advancing? Oh.
Next slide.
All right. So these are, right, I think that's Polk County, various chapters of our chapters. You can see that, but you can also scan that QR code, and that will take you to the Florida region activities. Keep on going. So again, you can go to the QR code, and you'll see the rest of the regional activities. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Florida region. So we have one more region to go. We're going to have our international, national chapter region, Ms. Jatisha Marsh, as she makes her way to the stage. And shortly thereafter, National Chaplain, if you can be ready to offer the prayer to cover for lunch. And then we're going to break for lunch, and lunch is on your own, but it is ready to go. So this is the last report, and then we'll have our prayer for lunch, and then we'll conclude the morning.
All right. Good morning, Rattlers. My name is Jatisha Marsh, and I serve as the Regional Vice President for the National International Region. Now, some of you who might not have been at the last few conventions might be asking, what does that cover? So our National International Region, as outlined in our bylaws, is any chapter whose membership is either national, which means usually what we're using the word affinity across the United States, or international. So right now we don't have any international chapters, but we hope to change that in the very near future. Thank you. So our region is made up of 9 chapters, with our newest being Alpha 360 and our very first being the Engineering Technology chapter. For those of you who don't know, if you are a life member and you're not a member of a particular chapter, you are grouped as a member of in the national group, so you fall under the National International Region. And we have 118 members of chapters who may be life members. And then with the National International Region, we also have individuals such as myself who are members of other regions and chapters, but this number is counting individuals who have the National International Region as their primary chapter, and that's very important to delineate with our current membership management system.
Next slide.
You can go to the next slide.
Next slide.
Yes. And so this is your current leadership for the National International Region. Our member at large is Ms. Joy Davies, who is unable to attend this weekend. All right, so this is just our membership growth. So we are very excited to have had a growth in membership driven by our wonderful membership committee, Deborah Payton Jones, and that growth in life membership, but as well as increasing the members of chapters. And so when we get our reports for our current information system, there are about 348 Rattlers who have been members of chapters in the past. Since 2017 who aren't members, but we feel that that is an opportunity to reclaim those Rattlers and make sure they go to a chapter, whether it's within my region or another region. Something that many of our regional vice presidents have talked about is compliance. I feel that our new membership information system will be an opportunity for us to better document and be better able to report. And so if you go to the next slide, you can go to the next one. It will help us better to address some of the challenges throughout the organization as far as making sure that chapters have 10 members. You have to have 10 members to be an active chapter, and to make sure that we have documents on file. And some other opportunities for organizational sustainability as we're talking with chapters. We're in the pipeline of talking with the SBI chapter. They're eager to charter, as well as some individuals from the Bahamas have reached out, and that will be our truly first international chapter if we can make that happen. It's very important as chapters charter to make sure they understand the requirements for membership moving forward, and that's just the opportunity for us to continue to get better. And our chapters have done a great job in their respective areas to advocate for the various parts of the university, such as School of Nursing, offering mentorship and tutoring, or Pearls on the Hill, supporting women's athletics in conjunction with the Ivy Pearl Foundation. And so that concludes my report, Mr. President. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And thank you to all the RVPs. As we break for lunch, remember Aon is upstairs and they're holding an informational session. So get you something to eat, but please go by and talk to Aon. They're here. The vendors are next door. We'll pick up at between 1:30. We'll pick up, and we'll be that'll be VP Hudson and a panel. So let's bless the food briefly, and we'll adjourn.
Let's look to the Lord. God, we thank you for your blessing and covering of this opening session. We thank you for the reports that have been given, God. We thank you for the work that has been done. Now, God, if you would, please bless the food that has been prepared for us. Bless this establishment, the Hyatt Regency, and let us always be mindful for the needs of others. Amen.
Amen. All right, Rattlers, we'll see you after lunch. Enjoy your lunch. If it's not today,